Elden Ring quality assurance is beyond garbage, and here's why. Today I'm going to be making a pretty big claim that Elden Ring player-to-player interaction is complete shit, or just completely non-existent. So without further ado, let's get started. The entire poise break system, the hyper armor system, the status effect system, it's completely broken, and it's completely targeted towards the player versus the environment of the base game. A typical individual can only have about 2,000 health, and a lot of the damage output for some of these status effects, spells even, can easily exceed 2,000 vitality. So essentially, when you fully proc a status effect or you get a spell off, you are going to completely demolish the player. Now, some of these status effects or spells are good against creatures that have like 20 to 30,000 HP, which is some of the bosses that are within the game. However, player-to-player interactions, especially on invasions, is not that way. The second contention that I have is the poise system. So essentially, if you, I don't even know, because there's so much material floating around about this stupid jank system. If you are in the middle of an action, then your poise that you innately receive from wearing your certain choice of armor diminishes by 50%. Thus making you easier to stagger. So essentially, I believe the poise that you need to have is 61, or you're going to be disrupted, which is completely ridiculous, because that conforms you to wear a certain subset of armor within the game, assuming that you do not want to get interrupted from any abilities that you decide to use. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is something called bloodhound-step. So what is bloodhound-step, you may ask, Kyle? Bloodhound-step is an ash of war in this game that allows you to evade pretty much everything. Everything does not matter. Doesn't matter. I can evade anything you use against me. I'm using bloodhound-step. And as you can see, if you have a sufficient amount of FP investment, you can abuse the living shit out of this move. So in summation, we talked about a few things. We talked about stats effects. We talked about bleed, frost, scarlet rot. What's another good one? Madness. All of those things have a place inside of PvE, inside of the base game. When you incorporate those things towards player-to-player interactions in the invasion setting, it becomes extremely imbalanced because, and this is an objective fact, players only have around 2,000 life. Once you proc one of these status effects, in addition to the base value of the weapon you're using to proc said status effect, you do well over 2,000 damage. There's absolutely no place inside of player-to-player invasions for any of these status effects unless you readjust the base values of said weapons. That's the only way this works. Only way. Second thing, poise break systems, hyper armor systems, hyper armor that you get from weapon arts, it's completely trash. It is so bad. The fact that when I'm standing completely still, I have more poise than when I swing an ultra greatsword or a regular weapon, straight sword, gets slashed in half. It's completely ludicrous. It is absurd. It needs to be revisited and recalibrated because quality assurance completely overlooked that. It is terrible. It doesn't make sense. The final thing that we discussed is the fact that bloodhound-step exists. The fact that I could use this, I can completely run away from an encounter and reset it. And if I invest in FP consumption to a certain degree, I could do this for a ludicrously long period of time, and I can outpace the host or the cooperator that they summoned. No problem at all. No questions asked. It's a done deal. But anyway, that's all that I have for you today. My name is Kyle. That is my opinion on the state of Elden Ring player versus player invasions. I think it definitely needs to be recalibrated. If you disagree, leave a comment below. Tell me exactly why that you disagree. If you agree, leave a comment below. Tell me exactly why you agree. I would greatly appreciate it. I play games on this channel, games that are significantly, in my opinion, better than this. If that interests you, please check out my channel and support what I do. I really do appreciate it. But again, that is all I got for you. I hope that everyone has a great day, and until next time, bye.